So then there will be a session after that to take questions to deep. So today I'm supposed to be speaking about 3 areas: overcoming inertia in starting businesses, and also putting structures and processes in place to ensure that businesses succeed and even outlive the owner. Like Samson said, it is so unfortunate. Maybe today, if you want to count the number of businesses that have been in existence for over 100 years, they are not 20, unfortunately. In Nigeria today, that have lived for over 100 years, not 20. It shows that we still have a long way to go in Nigeria. Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, you find businesses that have been in existence for 100 years, 200 years. Volkswagen, the McDonald's of this world, the Rockefeller Foundation, these are businesses that have been in the Ford Foundation in existence for years. So why is it that in some parts of the world, businesses thrive over a long period of time, but in our own part of the world, you set up a business, 3 years, 5, there's a statistic that shows that it's about 20% of businesses that survive 3 to 5 years. After that, you just have less than 20%. It means that out of every 10 business you set up, or 10 businesses set up, only 2 will survive 3 years. It's so unfortunate, but that's where we have found ourselves. So what are the factors responsible for this? How do we ensure that our businesses do not fall into that category of businesses that will not outlive us? Those are the things we are looking at today. That's what we want to discuss today. And so the outline is we'll look at the objectives of this lecture series. How do we overcome startup inertia? How do we raise capital? How do we put up structures and processes to ensure that our businesses outlive us? Then why do businesses fail, especially in this part of the world, before we conclude? I'll go to the introduction. As of today, there are about 37 million MSMEs in Nigeria. MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. 37 million, about 30. And these 37 million MSMEs, they take up or they create 84% of the employment that we have in Nigeria. And you know the current unemployment rate is 23.1%. So it means that if we actually want to lower that rate, what we need to do is to ensure that we have more MSMEs. Because the government at the best of their capacity cannot solve unemployment problem. It has to be solved by the private sector. All the government needs to do is to create enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. Government can't employ everybody, that's the truth. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. How many finishes we have, how many parastatals do we have? What are their numbers compared to the number of businesses? When you have 37 million businesses in Nigeria, maybe the number of parastatals, ministries, MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies in Nigeria, I'm not sure they are up to 1 million. So how many will they employ? So it is the private sector that is actually the engine of the growth of any economy. And that's why it is important that, that's why also CBU is putting this lecture in place today so that we can ensure that our businesses perform optimally. And now, besides, these enterprises also account about 48.5% of the GDP, as well as about 7.27% of the goods of our exports. Our export value in Nigeria is this same MSMEs. The small businesses we do, these are the businesses that also contribute 7% to our export. They contribute about 48% to our GDP. So it means that if you take these businesses out, our GDP will be halved. We'll have just about 50% left of GDP if you take the MSMEs out. It shows the importance of the micro, the small, and the medium-sized businesses in Nigeria. Of the total number, the micro enterprises account for the bulk of the MSMEs in Nigeria with 36. So out of the 37 million, 36.9, which is about 9.8, are made up of micro enterprises. Who are micro enterprises? These are businesses that are small in nature. Their business capital, maybe excluding value of land, is around 500 or maybe between 500 and 100. They're just small businesses. Most of those people who do not even necessarily have registered businesses, they operate in they are the majority in that category. And these are the people that they are the first people to get hit by any economic downturn. They are the first of all suffer any economic recession. A company may still be managing, they may take loan, they may take facilities from banks just to survive that period. They may take overdraft. How many individuals, how many micro businesses will have access to that? So how do we ensure that these micro businesses, they can survive even in the hard times, and also lead the business for generations coming behind to handle them? That's what we work with. Of this number, Lagos has the right number of micro enterprises, about 3.2 million, followed by Kano State. Nasarawa has a list. Then, if MSMEs account for 84% of the jobs in the economy, by implication, if the unemployment rate, which currently stands at 23.1, like I said, if it's to be lowered, to be reduced, the growth and development of MSMEs must be given a place of priority in government policies. The last speaker, Mr. Abraham, said something about ease of doing business. Let me shock you. Now, out of the 190 economies in the world that has been put on the ease of doing business index, there's something called ease of doing business index. We are ranked 146 as of today. Number 1 country in the world is New Zealand. Number 2 is Singapore. Number 3 is Denmark. Number 4 is Hong Kong. Number 5 is South Korea. Number 6 is Georgia. Number 7 is Norway. Number 8 is USA. Everyone wants to run to. It's even number 8. Number 9 is UK. Number 10 is Macedonia. We are on 146. Just 44 below the last, 44 number from the last person on the list, 190. It tells you that it is difficult to do business in Nigeria. And that's one of the reasons why businesses do not try. If you are ranked 146 among 190 countries, in a class of 190, if you are around 146, how will you, if you carry your report card to your home, as a parent, if your child comes home and say, Daddy, this is my report card, and you are 146, how will you treat that child? So that is where we have found ourselves. So how can we climb up from that position to the first 10? Maybe the first 10. That's what the government has been trying to do. It's a tough job. There are several factors responsible. There is a government side, there is the citizen side. I mean, today, as I drove in, I parked at 10 minutes to 10, and I told my wife, I'm a bit late. I wanted to be in at least like 20 minutes before the time. I saw your text that I should arrive 9, but I saw that text around 9. And I was trying to tidy something up. So I said, I wanted to be here early so that I can set up, check my slide, and be sure everything is ready. It talks about timeliness. We are, unfortunately, I don't know why, I don't know how. Maybe it's in our law, maybe it's in our gene. We assume that time waits for us. Do you understand? So when they say an event is starting, I've gone for a wedding. I was invited for a wedding. I went there, they said the wedding starts for, I think the reception outside is supposed to start for 1 p.m. I carried my native dress, immediately, my wife. Arrived there to 1. In fact, when we arrived there, I was asking my wife, are you sure this is the venue? Because everywhere looked dry. Long and short, that wedding didn't start until 3:30. I just stayed 30 minutes after, and then we left the place. It has permeated every aspect of our life, our culture about time. Meanwhile, the world is not waiting. The world has moved on. Today we are struggling to fix road. We are struggling to put up rail line to ensure that we ease traffic. In some part of the world, they have left the road surface. They are passing under the water. Tubes under the water. So if there is even no place you can put road on the surface, okay, let's try under the water. We are still, because of our African time, we can do it. 20 years later, how many visions have we had in Nigeria? 2020, 2010, 2030, all those visions. Which one have we implemented? All is still this attitude and culture. So there are several factors responsible. We can blame ourselves, we can blame the government. But so, the one within our control is the one we want to talk about today. How do we ensure that the one that I can control, the one that you can control, we ensure that we do it right? So that in 50 years' time, people can say, I thank God for my father that started this business. So, thank God I don't have to struggle. I'm not saying that all businesses that are set up should be handed over to the children. We also talk about that. It's called succession planning. It's not compulsory. And that trend again now has moved gradually. It has even left the business world, it has moved into the religious world. When people start a church or something, and then they hand over to their son, they hand over to them. It does not have to be that way. If you put a proper corporate governance structure in place, you have a succession plan. You already know who is stepping into this position. Your son, if he's prepared, he can step. But if he's not, let him also follow the process, so that by the time he gets to that position, he's able to manage that position. So the focus of this annual lecture series on MSMEs is therefore very timely and apt for the season. The mortality rate is alarming and a serious concern that requires concerted effort. So the objective is to help us overcome in any area. Maybe we are just starting, where are we having issues to start? Maybe we are just having some challenges starting. We want to help you overcome that. Also, we also want you to know the necessary processes and structures to put in place, and also to enlighten you on why businesses fail and how we can avoid this. So these are the objectives we want to achieve today. Now, overcoming startup inertia. What's inertia? Inertia. So you can see that cat. Where's the pointer? This will quickly factor. There are several fear factors. One is fear of failure. A lot of people are afraid that if I start now, if I will fail. I'm not asking you to resign your job. I'm not saying, if you have a paid employer, I'm not saying resign. Start something by the side that you can monitor at a small pace. Watch it grow. Groom it, cultivate it, and then you can then start planning how to exit your paid employment. But before you do that, check yourself, profile yourself. It's not everybody that will be an entrepreneur. Let's get that. It's not all of us are wired to be business owners. There's something called entrepreneur, entrepreneur, entrepreneur. There's another thing called intrapreneur, intrapreneur. Entrepreneur. If my phonetics brothers want to call entrepreneur, who call it entrepreneur? They say entrepreneur. There's something called entrepreneur, there's something called intrapreneur. Entrepreneurs are people that are they are full of business ideas. They try business, they have visions, and then they try to put it into reality. They try business. Intra are people that are managers of other people's dream. They are at their best when they are managing other people's business. Or put them to manage their own business, they will fail. Because they won't have the idea to go to the next level. Or if you have a system, put structure into place. They are very good at putting structures into place. So first profile yourself. Ask yourself where you belong. So if you know that you are an entrepreneur, then just keep sharpening your skills so that you keep getting, no matter how old you are, even if you can't work, people will just come and advise you, just talk. Mr. Christopher Collade is over 80. Former Cadbury chairman. People see, when they ask you to talk, there are places they ask you to talk that the honorarium you get is not those, there's no one that will come to Collade today who will not be thinking of 1 million minimum for speaking, and you may just speak for 15 minutes. But that 15 minutes will be filled with depth of experience. So he has not bothered himself to say, I want to start one business. So profile yourself to know where you belong before you say, okay, I want to start a business or not. So there's fear of failure, there's also fear of inadequacy. Do I really have all it takes? Is a capital involved? There's that challenge also. There's also fear of rejection. Will my services, will it be taken? Will my goods be accepted? Fear of poverty. If I fail now, I don't want to go back to the village. No, I don't want to go back. So let me just play safe. When you are playing safe, what you are doing is you are killing yourself and you have become a failure already. Playing safe is dangerous. It is better to play unsafe and to look back and say, I am happy I took the risk, even if I didn't succeed, at least I tried and I know how best to do it, than to just keep playing safe. You won't get anywhere. There's also the fear of, some people, the fear is, if I become successful now, I don't like crowd, I don't like public, I don't like, get to that point first. There are people that will help you to manage all those fears.